Hello everyone, welcome back. Every day this week, I've been making music with some strange limitation or challenge. The challenge for today is to get into the Berklee College of Music, which in itself wouldn't be that big of a challenge. I'm not trying to toot my own caboose or anything like that, but I have gotten to music school once, and then I did a 4-year degree, and then 10 years of experience on top of that. So if I've regressed to the point where I can't get into music school anymore, that would not be good. So to make this more interesting, I'm going to do my audition using some of the world's weirdest guitars. Meet the microtonal guitar, sitar guitar, cheap keyboard guitar, soprano guitar. Look out, Berklee. Here comes Sammy G and his weird 6 strings. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. My channel is so close to the 1,000,000 mark, and it would be very cool to hit that milestone. And if you are subscribed, ring that bell for notifications. You're not going to want to miss the end of the series. All right, here's the plan for today. I've got the Berklee audition requirements over here on my computer. I'm going to attempt each part with a different weird guitar and then send in my application digitally. I'm picking Berklee purely because it's the most well-known music college. I didn't go there. It was literally 10 times cheaper for me to stay in Canada and go to Humber College. But the applications for these contemporary programs are usually pretty standard. Let's see what we've got here. The first thing you're required to do is perform a prepared piece. It lists some examples of what this could be. Really, you're just trying to show what you can do to the best of your abilities. Next thing is an improvisation. As far as I can tell, it seems you're to solo over top of a blues accompaniment. Then we have some sight reading. I will be given a piece of standard notation that I've never seen before, and then I'll need to play it. And then last, you need to do some ear training exercises. I'm gonna skip over this for this video. I don't know how to make me doing ear training exercises interesting at all, or how to incorporate weird guitars into it. Plus, I'm quite confident I could do this without much of an issue. So default 100% on this. Good job, me. Anyways, let's get to it. To kick off my audition, I need to perform a prepared piece. An example that the Berklee website gives is a jazz tune with my own improvisation. And for this, I'm gonna pick the jazz standard, There Will Never Be Another You. It's challenging, but also within my skill level. But more importantly, it's not Autumn Leaves, which is the song that absolutely everybody decides to do for their auditions. I'm thinking I'm gonna start this off with a rubato chord melody over the first half of the song, then do an improvised solo with some chords sprinkled throughout, followed by some rhythm stuff before ending with a tag at the end. Really, I just wanna show some musicality. So, using the Dan Electro choral sitar would probably not be an appropriate choice, but hey, that's the challenge. This guitar is made of plastic, and it's got this weird bridge that gives it a buzzy sitar-like sound. It's also got these faux sympathetic strings, which are kind of useless, so I won't be using those. I am by no means a jazz player, but I think I should be able to squeeze out a decent enough audition piece, even if it is kind of weird because of this guitar. Here goes. if you notice during the solo section of that piece, it definitely didn't sound like your typical pentatonic box type soloing. That's because I used a fair bit of chromatics as well as interjecting chords throughout. These are two things that I look at in a fair bit of detail in my brand new course, The Style of Soloing, now available at my course platform, samuraiguitartheory.com. This course is me teaching the fun stuff. If this were cooking, this would be a course on adding spices to your dish or putting the cherry and the icing on the cake. I guess that's baking. In it, we'll look at a wide range of techniques and concepts, from chromatics to interjecting chords to employing open strings and much more. If you feel like your solos are missing the wow factor, the pizzazz, the hey, what did you just play reaction getter, that's what this course is designed to teach. And for a limited time, The Style of Soloing is half off with promo code EARLYBIRD50, or you can get it bundled together with my other soloing course, 2 for the price of 1 with that same promo code. You can find more information at samuraiguitartheory.com. I'll also put up links in the description. Anyways, let's get to the next part of my audition. The next requirement is improvise over top of a blues progression with some accompaniment. This I can do. For my backing track, I'm going to create that entirely using the DG20 Casio synth guitar, which doesn't have normal strings, but it senses where you put your fingers and generates tones to match. Check this out, it's got a built-in drum machine, and lucky for me, it's got a blues pattern. For my solo, I'm using the Eastwood microtonal guitar, which allows you to play notes that are in between notes. On a typical guitar, you could play an F, and then an F sharp, but this guitar allows me to play the note that is in the middle of those two notes. I'll think of these quarter tones as passing notes and blue notes, but it's not easy to make this sound like anything besides a guitar that's equal parts day drunk and equal parts out of tune. Most people who hear this absolutely hate it, but there are a handful of microtonal weirdos out there who love it. Let's hope that the person judging my audition is a King Gizzard fan. Here we go. The last part of my audition is sight reading. I'm just going to flip open this book of single note melodies and play something out of it. How about Menuet? We'll do 8 bars from this. For the weird guitar, I'm using the Gold Tone Mandotar, which is a little soprano squeaker of a 6 string. It's tuned like a normal guitar, but up an octave. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Not too bad. I remember doing this on my audition, and they don't give you stuff that's super hard. This is kind of comparable. However, there's also a second melody that accompanies that melody I just played. I'm going to attempt to read both of them and play them at the same time. We'll see how that goes. Substantially more difficult and a substantially worse result. I'm probably gonna leave that off the audition tape. And that's it. That is my audition. Next, I'm gonna send it off and see if I get into Berklee. Now it is audition season, and I actually did think about submitting a legit application to Berklee to see if I got in, but I decided not to for a couple of reasons. A, I don't love the idea of wasting somebody's time, because in reality, even if I get accepted, I'm not going to Berklee. I'm not doing music school round 2, and I'm not uprooting my whole life to move to Boston. Reason B is because it takes a fair bit of time to process this stuff, and I want to get this video out as soon as possible. And reason C, perhaps the most important reason, is it costs $150 to do the application, and I don't want to spend that money. So I decided that I'm going to enlist my friend and fellow YouTuber Ben Levin to act is my auditioner. He went to Berklee, so he'll know what the entry standards are, and I asked him to treat this as fairly and objectively as possible. If he doesn't think I should get in, okay, let me know. I'm sending my audition tape over to him right now. He should get back to me within a few days. Whatever you see next is the feedback that he gives me. Fingers crossed.
Hey, awesome job, Sammy G. I went to Berklee between 2007 and 2011, so my knowledge of the audition process is about 15 years old. However, the audition itself hasn't changed at all, so I feel confident I can give you an accurate prediction of whether or not you'd get into Berklee College of Music today. And your prepared piece, first let's talk about that. On the sitar guitar, you played it amazingly well. It's a really cool chord melody with nice tone and feel and time. And the sitar guitar didn't really interfere with it musically. But I do think you would lose some points, or there'd be some question marks as to why you even chose to play that on a sitar guitar. I would have really liked to see the arrangement take advantage of the sitar guitar. That being said, for your bluesy microtonal jam, I thought that you used the microtonal guitar amazingly well. And I think for that, because you took an instrument that isn't normally used to play blues, or really isn't normally used at all, and you brought it into the blues sound and made something very fresh, but it still felt authentic to me. You know, my ears, I'm hearing the blues, but it's just a little different, and it's really beautiful. I think for that, you'd get the special X factor check where they're like, all right, this person, maybe we'll give them a scholarship or something, because I think you took a risk there. You did something unconventional, but you did it in a really original way. That is my guess as to what their reactions would be, and then you would absolutely get into Berklee. I think there's no doubt in my mind at all. I wish you all the best while you save your money up for that incredible cost. See you in the future.
Heyo, musical challenge complete. I got into Berklee using weird guitars. And even if I didn't technically get into Berklee, I got into Ben Levin's School of Music, which even though it doesn't exist, if it did, I would probably rather go there anyways. And all jokes aside, hearing such nice, positive feedback from a musician I greatly admire, you know, it really did bring a lot of joy into my day. So thank you, Ben, for being part of this. And if you're not familiar with Ben's channel, I can't recommend it enough. For something just completely unique and fresh in the YouTube music space, you hit that link up there somewhere, and it'll take you to the collab that him and I did a while back. He's just got such great content. Do yourself a favor, check it out. Remember, my new course is now available. If your solos are lacking spice and flavor, the style of soloing will get your solos flavored. For a limited time, it's half off with promo code EARLYBIRD50, or you can get it bundled together with my other soloing course, 2 for the price of 1 with that same promo code. You can find more information at samuraiguitartheory.com. I'll also put up links in the description. Thank you all for watching, and make sure you tune in tomorrow for the big finale in these daily challenges. I have saved the most controversial video for last. I suspect it will be my most disliked video of all time, but I'm gonna go for it, so tune in tomorrow and see how that goes. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, stay tuned for a wide range of musical content. Until next time's gonna be interesting, but until next time, look after yourselves, look after each other, look after the planet. I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I'll see you again soon.